getting hold of the idea that knowledge was intrinsically enriching of the human spirit, inherently elevating of the kinds of creatures we human beings as rational animals are. And this happened when I was assigned Plato's dialogue Gorgias. It was the first dialogue of Plato's I'd ever read. I'm quite confident I'd never heard of Plato before entering college. But I was assigned this dialogue in a survey course in political theory. And in that dialogue, Plato has Socrates, of course, his hero, conversing, debating with the sophists, his usual debating partners. And they're really debating this question about the instrumental as opposed to the intrinsic value of debate, discussion, dialogue, the pursuit of knowledge, education. And listening to Socrates' arguments, reading the text, opened my mind, really. It's not that I had considered and rejected the idea of knowledge as inherently or intrinsically worthwhile. It's that I had never considered it. It had never been on the radar for me. I just assumed that the real value of knowledge was instrumental, getting ahead, getting a professional career established, making more money, having more social standing or prestige or status or influence, all of which, of course, knowledge and education do help us to achieve, and none of which are bad in themselves. They can be used for good, and it's great when people do use them for good, and I don't disdain them. But I had neglected, I hadn't understood, I hadn't considered the possibility that the most fundamental good of knowledge, the most fundamental reason for pursuing knowledge and education was knowledge as a good for its own sake. And Socrates brought me round to seeing that. It was really very much like a light bulb had gone off over my head. Sitting there in the library, reading through the text, I remember it so vividly today.